Hey, what's up, YouTube land? It's your boy, Eddie Hill, the White Oak, Pennsylvanian toy collector, and today we'll be reviewing some He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. We got 1980s He-Man, Masters of the Universe, Rotor, Netflix He-Man, another Netflix He-Man we do not own. And of course, Netflix, Stratos from the newer generations of Masters of the Universe. And yes, he is a black version of Stratos. And yeah, it's like a different version of the classic 1980 Stratos. But it's still Stratos. Can never go wrong with Stratos in the collection. Yeah, Rotor is probably a cool looking bot. I've messed around with him quite a bit, and he's cool looking. Got a lot of gimmicks for a toy this old. But now it's been a minute. We're going to look at Rotor first. Rotor's articulation. He's got some leg movement. His body moves. So the gears move in his chest. And his mouth moves. Oh, that is just cool. Arms can do a full 360. Arms can move pretty good. No hinge joints because this is an old school figure. But not a bad looking old school 80s figure. But now for comparisons with Rotor. One comparison. I'm not going to dig out my Skeletor. Here is the Masters of the Universe 1980s bad guy of Cyclone next to Rotor. Not a bad comparison. Of course, with my very favorite He-Man from the Netflix series. Why not? Now we're pretty much done with Masters of the Universe 1980s Rotor. This is a good looking figure. I got this for about $3. Definitely don't regret picking this guy up at the thrift store. If you see these guys, take a gamble, especially if they're $3. I consider it worth the money. Next figure we're going to look at is the Netflix Masters of the Universe He-Man. As you can see, he's in the box. He just fell over. $10 I got this at the exchange. And yeah, Master Universe Revolution. He-Man. Nice box shot of He-Man, the other figures in the line. You got Mossman, Skeletor, and Evil Lyn, which I do not own, but I do own He-Man. Now we're done with the box. I'm going to take He-Man out of his plastic prison. He comes with some extra hands as well. I'll show those off in a second. Just give me a second. Come on. Crazy box. But here we got He-Man in all his glory. And he looks very good for a version of the 1980s He-Man. Articulation is really good. I will admit, but he's a little bit tight. And I got to loosen him up quite a bit on video. Articulation is pretty good. Hinge joints are pretty good. Even his sword arm is really good. I love that. And his sword looks like he just popped out of the 80s cartoon. Head is not on a ball joint, but he's really tight and got some movement. Shield is really well done and painted, especially for an 80s style figure. But now we're going to get down to comparisons. Here is the Netflix He-Man. My original one next to this one. This is more the newer cartoon. This is the more of the old school one. And not a bad looking He-Man. He doesn't stand up on his own, but he's still pretty good for an inspired 80s He-Man. I'm definitely keeping him in my collection. So this makes 3 He-Mans I own. That's all there is to say for the packaging. And the interchangeable hands, as you can see, they're different poses for those hands. Next, we're going to look at Master of the Universe, Stratos. And yes, it's Stratos. I don't have this guy. Definitely look forward to adding him to my collection. As you can see, his name is Stratos. Box is really well done. I got this figure at Big Lots. It was on clearance for half the price of what it normally was. for the final days of Big Lots here in Pennsylvania. So there are no more Big Lots near me in running order anymore. So this was a must grab at Big Lots, and I don't regret picking this up. I paid like $4 for this, and definitely don't regret picking it up. There are still a lot more figures to pick up. I got Triclops to pick up and all the other figures. He's got a wing slash gimmick, which is still pretty cool. But now we're done with the packaging. Take Stratos out of the box. Have his wings like this. But if you want to show off the gimmick, you can put it like this. Then you do that, and he does a blade, a wing slash, which is still pretty cool. You can also do it like this and do a wing slash. I love this figure because it nails on Stratos pretty good. But now we're going to compare him with some other Netflix He-Man series figures. Here is the Netflix Masters of the Universe He-Man with Stratos. Of course, the Loyal Subjects, Many Faces. And Man-at-Arms. So here are my masters here. And, of course, with the bad guys from the show, here we got Trapjaw. And we got Skeletor. I love these figures. They look like the 80s characters, and they look pretty cool. And, of course, the little robot guy. Why not? I do have 5 of these Netflix figures, and I do want to track down more of these. Are these figures worth the money? I'd say yes. They're a lot of fun, they look cool, and they'll be amazing when I put them on my shelf. Which I will be doing today, because these figures are awesome, the gimmicks are fun. Definitely love these action figures. So if you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it, please make sure to like, please make sure to comment, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. And this is Eddie Hill. Moving on and rock out YouTube land.